Hello everybody, welcome to the great city of Tokyo, Japan. I'm right in front of the Mr. Donuts here in Monzen-nakacho. This is the one I usually come to because it's one of the closest ones. And this month they have on special matcha flavored donuts. They do this every year, it's nothing surprising, but the way that they do it, what innovations have they put into these donuts, that's kind of interesting. And sometimes it's not uji. There are other brands of matcha tea. And in this episode, I'm not just going to show you and eat some of these amazing donuts. I'm also going to talk a little bit about green tea and the harvest that's going on right now all over Japan. But first, I need to go inside and get these donuts. I already bought them, but let me just... See, look, I got the same place that I had before, but I know that there's some sort of gasoline smell that comes out of there, so I'm just going to... I guess we'll eat it fast and then see what happens. I'm gonna take you inside of the Mr. Donuts just for a second. I want to show you what it looks like to buy the donuts from Mr. Donuts, only for just a very short period here. You can get all sorts of goodies here. They actually serve food at Mr. Donuts too. That's something of note. Yeah. So you can see, let me get some alcohol here, that's why I wanted to get in here. You can see they're actually in green envelopes there. All of them are about 200 yen, or about $2 this time. That was a green matcha colored truck. Oh my gosh, did you see that? Oh, that was pretty cool. All right, let's go to our spot here, and my coffee's already there, I forgot it. But it's Japan, so nothing ever really gets stolen. But there is theft. iPhone 13 Pro. All right. I actually this time bought a coffee, and this is what I got from Mr. Donuts. So I guess I'll try this out. I think I said hotoki, but I don't know. Sometimes the staff gets nervous when you're not Japanese, even if you're speaking Japanese. I don't know why. And she was a nervous person. I'm putting the tripod on. Done. I've had this, I've been living here for 23 years, 24 years almost. My Japan anniversary is coming up. And there are some people, when they just see a foreigner, they get really nervous. And I try to make it easy for them. I'm speaking Japanese and ordering Japanese. I'm pretty okay at it, I think. But they still get nervous because they don't know if there's something, hold on a second, it's going haywire here. I think they don't know if there's something that, maybe makes them nervous or makes them not, like, something might go wrong. There's a risk to that. All right, I'm confused. So I'm like, oh no. I thought this was tapioca, but it's coffee jelly, I guess, and they gave me a big fat straw, and I'm against tapioca drinks in general. Here's the thing though. You know, Mr. Donuts, if you're gonna do a coffee, you gotta have hot coffee. I thought they had that. What do you dunk your donuts in? I know it's not Dunkin' Donuts, but still, right? It's not quite the same. I guess it's gonna be interesting. Let's put it there. All right, the goodie bags. This is the same spot that I come to quite a lot. There you go. I come to this area quite a lot. Monzen-nakacho. It's kind of low profile. Not a lot of Westerners here. So I'm the sort of thumb that sticks out, apparently. Everyone's watching me on the street, eating a donut box right here. I do it for you guys. Bubble tea. I don't think that's bubble tea. I think it's coffee jelly, Garrett, but I'll open it up. That's a Mr. Donuts box here. See, Brandani is in the house, and I might have missed somebody earlier. Lilac Peach, thank you for rejoining up there. And Chad is in the trunk. I'm guessing directions won't be needed now. We're good. And I think Aiken also chimed in there. Is that Aiken? Aiken! Oh, I gotta thank Aiken really quickly. There's people in the car watching and laughing at me. I don't mind. I just wave. They wave back at me. That's awesome. All right, check this out here. All right, check this out here on the phone. So they did this thing called Super Thanks, and David was, I believe, one of the first people to give me one, and it lights up the colors in the chat. So if you do a Super Thanks afterwards, and then I saw Aiken. There's Nicholas, gave a $50 one. Nicholas, thank you, and it turned pink in the chat. And then there's Aiken. I found it, Aiken. Look, that's awesome. Thank you for that. I hadn't seen this before. Yesterday was the first day that this started, and the day before yesterday was in Kako Tamagawa, and I thought that was really cool to see that. So you guys, thank you so much. It was just a surprise. Saya, it's pretty loud at the corner. There's no park in the area with a good signal that I can take you to. Oh, box of donuts. It's beautiful. That's not one donut, it's like 5. That curler on the corner is for Kanai. She didn't want any matcha confections, but I get her what she wants, which is Frenchy kara onegaishimasu. So there you go. Are we gonna start off with the classic here? This one. Now, in Japan, look at the color of it, right? Look at the color of it. I think that Super Thanks is a great idea, especially for your taco channel. Yeah! We're gonna be up there in Hokkaido, and this is a game changer for us. First, I gotta cut my fingernails. It's apparent. It's not that bad. Whenever you're hand modeling, you have to be very, you have to think about that kind of stuff. And then, there's the deep matcha color of this donut, right? And for some of you, I don't know if you've ever seen real matcha before. The difference between green tea and matcha is a powder that's ground up, and they grow it a little bit differently. And I'm going to Shizuoka next week to finish up a documentary about green tea and matcha growing. The harvest this time. Oh wow. Ponde Ring have like a mochi in it. Mochi, which is a very stretchy, glutinous kind of rice powder in it that gives it a different consistency compared to other donuts. Yeah, it's springy. You need a regular coffee. None of this cream stuff. Wow. Yeah, that was good. Here's the thing with Mr. Donut. Sometimes the normal Mr. Donut stuff is just perfect. You don't need to get into the fancy stuff, and sometimes the campaign donuts are not that good. They're not as good as the originals. But in this case, there's a subtle matcha flavor. It's more sugar than matcha, but it's a very subtle matcha flavor. And matcha is an interesting food as a confection. Japanese don't like confections that are overly sweet. They want a very gentle, subtle sweetness to it. But Japanese palates are different than Westerners, I think, in the sense that they're more delicate, maybe. More delicate, meaning they seem to pick up different flavors that I might not like. Bitterness is one of them. Japanese love bitterness, a very subtle bitterness, and matcha, the green tea, has that subtle bitterness to it. So I think with the sweetness and the bitterness here, there's a lot of stuff going on the palate that doesn't go on with other flavors, and that's why matcha as a confection put into foods is pretty good. I think so. Custard is pretty good too, right? Who wrote that? Daryl, if donuts aren't custard, cream, brulee, or matcha, I don't want it. Daryl, that's one of the best comments I've read in a very long time. Amanda writes in here, this looks delicious. I don't like super sweet foods as well. I love the bitter foods. Then you might like Japan's bitter donuts. Although they are sweet, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Wait, I didn't get much sleep last night. Leo was crying. It reflects in Daddy's face. All right, check this one out. So they cut it in half. Oh my. Oh my. Oh mama. They have I think that's mochi in there. That gel. You see a gel in there? Do you see that gel? I'm repeating myself because I can't believe that this is some sort of mochi gel. I've never seen anything like this. You can see little pieces of green tea in it. JKO Adventures may be undercooked. That could be true. 3, 2, 1. Alright. How do you eat this? Is it like a Reese's peanut butter cups where you go around the side and then you take the middle chunk of peanut butter? How do you eat this? I guess just... Daryl, you would like this one. It's kind of custardy, but it's a bitter custardy. Sweetness, of course, the springy mochi pondering taste. This one's got it all. This one's got it all. I don't know what that gel is. I think it's warabi mochi, maybe? I think it's supposed to be warabi mochi. That's fascinating taste. Wow. Wow. I don't know if the ponderings are deep fried or baked either. I don't know how they make the pondering. I just kind of guess that everything is deep fried. Donuts are not healthy. Just eat them in moderation. I only eat half and then I save them for later. Alright, there's 2 more here. I'm not going to eat kanais. This is a chocolate hojicha. The last 2 are hojicha. Hojicha is interesting. It's a green tea that's been roasted. If you look at the scale of green tea colors, there's apparently a scale of 7 intensities or something, according to some of the green tea shops. Hojicha is always the darkest one because it's been roasted, and the roasting process removes... I'm talking louder because there's so much traffic noise. The roasting process removes most of the caffeine. I don't know if it's 0% caffeine. I'm going to be careful about that. But if you ever want to drink green tea that's decaffeinated, or mostly decaffeinated, try hojicha. And it's got a really nice roasted taste to it. Wow, it's loud in this corner. It's more exciting if it's loud. That's what I used to say in college. All right, let's open her up here. Oh wow, you have to do the open test. Oh, the chocolate's locked it in there. It's locked in there with the chocolate. Wow, a little green tea on there. Okay, it's very musical corner. I hope it's so old that it's not copyrighted. And the truckers are watching me too. How you doing, guys? All right, here we go. Itadakimasu. Oh, that chocolate wrap around it's so good. Melts in with the cream in each bite. Not much hojicha taste for that. Just a tinge of bitterness. So they add in some hojicha. It hits you on a different side of your tongue just a little bit than another kind of donut, I think. Just the regular wheat donuts or whatever they put in there. That is the worst coffee I might have ever had. It was $3. All right, we got one more. Watch the truck driver there. This one, I guess it's like jewelry, all right? So I saved it for last. It comes in a box. Look at that. The bottom is that's interesting, right? I thought this is kind of neat. So let's open her up on the street. Whoa! Wow, it's like opening up a book and finding a story that you can eat. I'll get turned around the other way maybe. All right, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Look at that cream on the top there. Really? Looks like cake. What is that black stuff around it? Is that kuromitsu, black honey, or what? I guess it looks kuromitsu and hojicha. I'm not sure. But this is the green tea, uji green tea version of the donut, so it's got to have some sort of green tea element to it. There's only one way to find out. Eat it. Looks like a Cinnabon, writes in Debbie. Yeah. It totally does, Debbie. Oh, wow. Check out the bottom of it. So a donut is a donut because it has a hole. If it doesn't have a hole, it's a Danish, so I've been told. This is an old-fashioned, meaning I guess it's more cakey than a normal donut, which is good because there's more volume to it if you're trying to get cost performance out of a donut, which you won't get a Krispy Kreme. You will, Mr. Donuts. Check out the bottom. It's like they just stamped on a piece of chocolate on the bottom of it. What? This is gonna be an amazing bite here. Gosh, I want to dunk this in coffee, but there's actually an old Kisa tent back here from the 1950s or 60s, it looks like. But they don't do takeout coffee, I asked. Which is weird, they should do that. All right, here we go. Interesting. It is Monzen-nakacho, Raymond. You know well. Whenever you see Mr. Donuts and me, it's Monzen-nakacho. Wow. This is, it's got that hojicha bitterness, a roasted green tea bitterness to it. The chocolate, that's what that was! Check it out. Now I can see it on the inside. So it looks like I think it's a kuromitsu, but you can see that warabi mochi on the bottom there. What? So they stamped on the chocolate to keep the warabi mochi in. That is surreal. It looks like a gel, but it's a kind of mochi. And it really, adds like a different complexity to it. I don't even know if you can call these Danishes. They're like works of confectionery art. I love the fact that Mr. Donuts and in fact all of the restaurants in Japan, especially fast food, have to innovate like this or else people get tired of it. It's one of the things I love about Japan. There's always something new. It's a fad-driven culture from fast food and places like Mr. Donuts. You always have the good old-fashioned stuff, the people that love the menu. And then you have one or two items that just blow people's minds, like the Pikachu donuts. The Pokemon donuts were extraordinarily interesting. Like, they do a good job with that. Krispy Kreme, in order to compete with them, also has like stylish donuts, but they're never at the same level as Mr. Donuts. Mr. Donuts is the king of Japanese donuts, coming from, strangely enough, I think their first shop was in San Francisco and Chinatown, so their history is very American, which is what a donut would be. Wow! Now you see it. can't taste a lot of matcha. That part is disappointing, but Victor, I don't think I think some indie donut shops in the United States have satellite shops here in Japan. I don't think there's too many indie Japanese donut shops. Donuts in general are, I think Mr. Donuts has that cornered. It's like, you know, it's like pizza was in Japan about 15 years ago. There weren't many players in it, and Japanese wouldn't really buy pizza for their family, and they wouldn't really eat it because it was too big for a lunch. But in the last 2 or 3 years, and most of you who haven't been in Japan have not seen this, Japanese supermarkets and Japanese stores have turned to the fresh-made pizza bento. It's not a bento, but you can get these brick oven pizzas in plastic containers, which is idiotic because it gets soggy. But they're selling like hotcakes, and they're like $4. So you can get these personalized brick oven pizzas at almost every supermarket now for $4, $5. And I've noticed that a lot of the supermarkets are turning to this. Maruetsu is one chain in Tokyo that has it like stacked up, and they sell like crazy. They're personalized small pizzas people can eat as like a bento. I bring this up because donuts are like pizza. It's not something that a lot of Japanese will eat until they start eating it. Mr. Donuts has ramen. Mr. Donuts has pasta. Mr. Donuts has like Japanese lunch item, and then people will have a donut with that. Whereas you go into Dunkin' Donuts, I guess they have like donut sandwiches. They have sandwiches and things like this now, but traditionally it was just donuts. I don't think just a donut shop would do too well in Japan. But if they're selling like ramen and they're selling donuts as a part of something else, then it does well. But I think Krispy Kreme was really popular. And I'm gonna get my mask on, and then we can get out of here a little bit. Just to round it up, my favorite of the donuts. That's a really hard one. I'd probably say this one here, because it's a ponde ring and it's got the best of everything in there. So I would say that this wins out if you're coming here. It's got warabi mochi inside. It's a ponde ring springiness to it, that bitter matcha taste, and a sweet cream. Oh, I'm retasting it again right there. So that's the winner for me. $2 each one. Now I like $1.50 with the exchange rate right now. Class rate's in here. It's too loud. All right, I'll take you to another place then. Let's walk around Monzen-nakacho just for a little bit, and I want to show you now one of the things that I just love about this neighborhood here. It is so warm. I don't know how people can wear the masks voluntarily, but respect to people who keep up the routine, you know. They fail. Some people gamble, some people smoke. I remove my mask outside, which is normal. People don't like it here. So, all right, let me take you on a walk. Hey Rainer, thank you, buddy. Let me dump this in my bicycle. Hold on. I'll put this in my illegally parked bicycle. You can do that here. You just have to move it really quickly. I wasn't gonna do a live stream for more than 30, 40 minutes anyways. Stay there. This is the Osmo 4. Sorry, the Osmo 5, the new one. So it's not as good as the Osmo 4 gimbal, which is a shame. It's a little shaky, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a faulty unit. We're gonna cross the street, and I want to show you the really old section of this place. It's such a beautiful little alley, and I'm starting to see Tokyo coming back to life a little bit. I know that the infection rates kind of spiked up a little bit, but it's going back down again. And I think that the professionals see that this might be the right time to open up tourism, maybe. This is where we are. Hey, did anybody see the monkey video that I just uploaded? Japanese snow monkeys in a bath video. I think it's here. All right, we're gonna take a right in a second. This is it right now. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. This is a 15-minute video of the Snow Monkeys Park. I think it was, I spent a really long time editing it, so I hope that you guys like that. Morning meditating monkeys to the cool tunes of the Blue Danube. Little 2001 Space Odyssey. You know, since the monkeys and the monolith. Some people got it. Some people didn't. All right, take it right here. This is my favorite, one of my favorite streets in Tokyo. Hey, Leo. So right here, we're gonna take a left and you're gonna see why. It's a throwback from the old Showa era, which was 1930s to 1980s. It's a really long era, 64 years? Look at this, I love this street. There's a tree right in the middle of it that's jutting out of into the center of it. I love that. You see it right there? I don't know why this gimbal shakes like this. The gimbals aren't supposed to be jittery. Wow, Monzen-nakacho is beautiful. And you can hear, usually around 6 or 7 p.m., karaoke, or karaoke. Karaoke in the night as people are singing in some of the shops. This one is really interesting, the one with the bicycle in front of it and all the flowers. It's just an old building, and you can see this tree. Just looks like it's had better days. Still well groomed. Wow. It survived a lot of earthquakes, I'll tell you that. It looks like not for much longer. Everything's kind of leaning. Interesting. Yeah, the Snow Monkey video is a chunk of positivity and relaxation in a very stressful YouTube right now with the war going on and all the other stuff, politics, inflation. Yeah, definitely take 15 minutes and just watch that video, because it will really relax you, especially the beginning of it. Whoa! Beer garden. All right, I marked it. Mental mark. If we make a right here, we go to Kiyosumi Shirakawa, which is, I don't know, maybe about a kilometer down the road. They have a beautiful park, and it's considered Tokyo's coffee town, or cafe town, because it has maybe the most cafes in one area. A lot of old kisaten mixed in with new chains. Blue Bottles, which is a popular chain in the US, has their first shop in Japan in Kiyosumi Shirakawa. It's on the Oedo line and the Hanzomon line, which is the purple one. beautiful day here in Tokyo today. Across the street here. Hey, there's a Moss Burger. Let's go check out the menu. I like this area too because they don't see a lot of YouTubers, people holding a camera walking down the street here. It's really funny. And they play old music on the streets here. Hold on. Like, I don't know why. Announcements and music. I love it. What's your job? I'm the Main Street DJ for the PA system. For ambiance, right? All right, let's see what Mr. Donut's got on the menu here. So they have the green burger. I don't think those guys can grow a beard. Do you see any? Those are the smoothest man faces I've ever seen, and they're probably in their 30s. That's crazy. Do they Photoshop out the whiskers? I would like to have that done. It's much more attractive. This is the teriyaki burger on the right, and the cream cheese teriyaki burger on the left. What? Cream cheese teriyaki burger? Interesting. I guess Moss Burger gives you smooth skin. We do have a plant-based burger. And they do have the rice burgers here, where the buns are rice. And then they have the Natsumi burger, which the buns are lettuce. I love that. Guess you could just call them lettuce wraps, not a burger, right? They have better coffee here than they do at Mr. Donuts for takeout, which is weird. Mr. Donuts got to step up their coffee game. Imagine Dunkin' Donuts without takeaway coffee. It's like pure insanity. Here's a Yao Yao right here. This is a local vegetable stand. And before we start, let's go take a look quickly at McDonald's. See what they got going on here. I think the Ultraman burgers might be at the end of their cycle. The trends and the fads for these things usually last a few weeks, from about 2 weeks to a month, and then something new will come. The Tsukimi burger, which was one of the first fads that I saw when I came to Japan. It was an egg on a burger, and the egg had a moon-shaped yellow to it that looked like the moon to represent the harvest moon for the rice harvest. It's called the Tsukimi burger because Tsuki means moon in Japanese. Tsukimi, so look at the moon, I guess. Oh, hey, before we look at the McDonald's, I got something. Hey, come back here. All right, so tomorrow we're having a family outing, and I guess Kenai said that one of the ideas she had was space boat. So Leo, weather permitting, might go on his first space boat ride tomorrow, and of course I'm going to try to live stream that because it's freaking space boat, and I have not ridden space boat in a very, very long time, since before the pandemic. So this will be really special, and either that or Ueno Zoo, because we made an appointment for, I guess, Ueno Zoo. So we're gonna see which one that is here. I'm not quite sure. I'm looking at McDonald's here to see if they have something interesting to show. Last time I got in trouble live streaming the entrance, which is weird. All right, be sure. Alright, McDonald's still has the Ultraman burger. Hold on a second, right here. They still have Ultraman on the menu. And they have some kind of uji matcha shake. So I'm taking note of that. But I rarely go to McDonald's. Whenever they have a fad, I'll go and try it once and I'll make a quick judgment call. 9 times out of 10, it's a pass, but that 10th time is magical. Oh, and one other thing that I found, not Family Mart, but Lawson's right now, if you're in town, Lawson's has Godiva melon pan. It's one of the most amazing melon pans I've ever had. It's just bizarre for a non-fresh baked melon pan, because it's, you know, wrapped and probably a couple days old. They have like this deep, rich chocolate inside of it. It's incredible. And I'm looking for a Lawson's right now. I don't see one, which is a shame. Maybe across the street here. I had one for the first time yesterday, and it was incredible. I don't see a Lawson's around here. There's a KFC down the street here. This would be my fast food hub. It's an ekimai right in front of the train station, so there's a lot of food, ramen shops, a lot of businesses. The ekimai always are stacked like this. It's pretty cool. In front of Monzen-nakacho station, which is on the Oedo line and the Tozai line. The Tozai line on the left is Metro, which is run by a private company, and the Oedo line, the E on the right side, is the city subway. There's 4 lines: Shinjuku, Toei, Mita, and Asakusa line, and they're run by the city. So Tokyo's got JR, Metro, and Toei as your public transportations. Wow. I can't wait for Leo to be old enough to eat pure sugar. We don't give it to him yet. And that closes the door on this episode. There you can see Mr. Donuts' other options. If you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment, and I will be checking this out and answering it. There's some good stuff here. And leave me a comment. Leave me a comment on the monkey video that I just uploaded too on the main channel. I put a lot of effort and time into that. I would really appreciate it if you guys check that out. And if you leave me a comment, I will reply if it's a good comment. And ask me a question or something, I will reply. I'd appreciate it very much. Look how relaxed they are. I might have photoshopped in this baby monkey though, and fixed the colors and added snow. But still, self-explanatory thumbnail. Monkeys. How you doing? All right, everybody, have a good day, have a good night. Thanks for watching this Mr. Donuts adventure. I'll try to do more of these food adventures, but tomorrow, family outing, which should be a lot of fun. Could be Space Boat, could be Ueno Zoo. Either way, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Hopefully the weather holds out. We still have some sunshine. And then coming up, I have another trip to Shizuoka for the matcha harvest. The matcha harvest, the green tea is covered. So they do it differently than they do with sencha. And I'm making an episode combining both of them with access into the harvest and the processing of green tea. It's pretty unique. And this is the time of year that they do the first flush. And I'm going up to Hokkaido from the 24th of May to the 30th of May, and you're coming with me, so loads of live streams. And finally, on the 31st, I'm going to Nagoya as well. So you're gonna get a couple of live streams from Nagoya, which is gonna be really cool. I haven't been a lot there. So we got a very busy May, and I'm glad that you're all a part of it. So join as a member. You get to put in some pretty cool emoji and help support the traveling, and I'll see you tomorrow on our family trip. Fingers crossed for no rain. And Kanai, if you're watching, your donut is on the way. Some bikes down there, if it is still there. Is it still there? I think it's still there. Oh, it's still there. think somebody tried to drink my drink. I think it's still drinkable. I think it's still okay. Nagoya John writes in here, Nagoya. I'll be there on the night of the 19th and the 20th of May. It's all booked. See you later, everybody. I think the drink's still okay.